Cincinnati Bengals.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Charlie Jones now from his end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now a 3-time 1,000-yard rusher, Joe Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
1-1, ready?
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. The Bengals at 2-3 here to begin the new season. They've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. To the air again, Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now Burrow changing the look.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Complete. Smith has it. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Smith. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Returning right back to Lockett. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And his throw here's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's second down. They'll toss this out right to Walker. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0.
Bengals 0. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
At their own 15-yard line.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 30.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Walker. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Gino. And this is going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Jason Myers runs on a field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next week. They've got his man complete. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 40 yards. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
Now it's Burrow. And this one complete to Smith. Down inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 23 yards on the play. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They run with a rookie. It's Chase Brown. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Chase Brown with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals have got it back to within a score. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie. The first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Burrow and the Bengals offense staying put. They'll go for 2 here.
11 MT.
They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and in so doing, cut the deficit to 2 points. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. And it's so often, Charles, we talk about, from the offense's perspective, what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. Shifts by him. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. To throw is Smith. And this is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to add on to that lead. Now Myers for the extra point. He's got it, and that'll make the score 17-8.
Makes the score Seahawks 17, Bengals 8. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. Sheds off the tackle. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Here we go.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Burrow going to get this out to Boyd on the perimeter. And he'll be out right at the 35. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
Boyd's someone who seems like he's been underrated his entire 7-year career, and I think that assessment is correct. Quietly gathered almost 800 yards last season and was a big part of their ranking in the top 5 in the NFL when throwing the football. Always dependable, always available to move the chains.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 58 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Smith now to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
So many times defensive backs get caught playing the man rather than the football, but not in this case. That's an excellent play. Did exactly what you're supposed to do. Attack the football and help break up the pass.
And, yep, as a result, knocks it down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Left side complete to Lockett. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
First down, Seahawks.
In motion, the tight end. Off of play action. Here's Smith. And that one too high and incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Smith throwing again. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. He got 29 yards that time.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Smith. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Touchdown! Ken Walker. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that will make this a 16-point lead.
Seahawks 24, Bengals 8. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10. At their own
The Bengals drive about to get going. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield.
47-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Now Geno on first down. He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Second and 10, Smith again. And this is caught at the 20. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
It's a gain of 35. First down, Seahawks.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Back to throw, Smith. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's second and 10. Geno now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Intercepted. The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Gun.
They'll start out here with the option left. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Smith on first down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And this shot downfield on second down is brought in. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, again, plenty of time to sit in the pocket and deliver the football. While the offensive linemen, they may be nameless and faceless to a lot of people, they certainly aren't to their teammates with the skill position guys. They appreciate the heck out of them, and they're capitalizing.
DJ Reader, former Texan, there on the tackle.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Second and 10. Here's Smith. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Throwing on third down, Smith. And that is incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a fourth down.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone, powering his way forward. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now an option play on second down. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. He'll decide to keep this once more. On third down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
It's a gain of 8.
Now Burrow going to change things up.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on first and 10. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. On the option left, it's Burrow. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
On the tackle. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Now Burrow going to try and run. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Burrow going to keep this himself. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Burrow keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit. Offensively, pretty effective option play there for the score.
Certainly was, and it appeared to me that the defense overshifted and overplayed the trail back, the pitch man, and almost forgot about the quarterback. In fact, they did forget about the quarterback, and he turned it into a touchdown.
And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And the Seahawks looks like they've recovered. They have. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back to Walker on first down. For the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown, because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the two-point conversion to extend this lead.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Strong running at the 30. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks' 23-yard line. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Here we go. 11 MT, 11 MT, 11 mighty, 11 mighty. 12, 12, 12.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 4th down.
They run for it with Mixon. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
A gain of 18 on the play.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
Now Smith. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It was Miles Murphy who fired in and got him to the ground. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Fielded at the 20. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10.
At their own 34-yard line.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a...
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Andre Yoshibas with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. This one goes underneath to Walker. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing is Smith. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
And the Seahawks first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They run again with Walker. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, here's Smith. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Chidobe with a pick. And the Bengals are right back in this football game.
Intercepted. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Looking deep here for Chase. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. First down. Here's Burrow. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Quadre Diggs. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Smith going to throw it. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 34 yards. And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Reek Willen. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
After the interception, here's Smith. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Straight ahead, Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Smith going to move him around. Now Geno. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Throwing now, Smith. That's to the rookie, Jackson Smith and Jigba. And quickly, they get to the line.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
A quick throw out to Lockett. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Complete to number 16, Tyler Lockett.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
First down, Seattle.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. But Charles, a lot of